How often to use a Rife machine? Why we always say at Electromedics, less is more. Now, to understand how often to use a Rife machine, you really have to understand what a Rife machine is doing to your body. Now, it is oscillating cells, it is stimulating tissue, and it is communicating with the electrical nerve system, all of which takes a lot of just energy, takes a lot of stress on your body. It's comparable to working out. And when we start people out, we always tell them less is more. Like a lot of companies out here, they will just like throw these machines at you and just like tell you to run it. Some people run it all day, run it all night, do all this stuff that is really doing, it's not being very effective, and it's almost causing more harm than it is good. A great example would be like if you decided to go bench press. Okay, if you bench press like 8 to 18 times and then took a break and then did that again for 3 to 5 sets, and then you took 24 hours off, you are actually building muscle. Versus if you just bench pressed for 24 hours straight, you would actually be damaging muscle. You wouldn't be building anything. You would actually just injure yourself. And I like people to think of a Rife machine this way. Now, Electromedics has done extensive research and studies in the most efficient way to use a Rife machine. And what we have found is that when you use a very specific sequence, only one at a time, once every 24 hours, especially if you're new to Rife machines, that you have the greatest effect because you're communicating to your body's putting in all of this hard work to try to heal itself, and then it needs to relax. It needs a 24-hour reset, just like you were resetting from doing a really hard fitness plan or whatever, or a really hard workout. And then you do it again 24 hours later. And that's when you're actually building and using a Rife machine in the most efficient way. And you're giving your body a chance to build and to heal and to rest. Now, that said, as you use a Rife machine, just like as you work out, you can start doing more in your workout, and you can even do a workout more frequently because your body starts to recover sooner. It gets acclimated to the amount of endurance that it's having to go through, or the amount of stress that it's having to go through, or the amount of work that it's having to do. And so eventually you can do more. And that's when we bump people up and say, hey, if you want to do it once every 12 hours, you are safe to do so now. Your body is acclimated and ready to do it on a more frequent schedule, and it can recover quickly from all the work that's happening inside of your body. And then we tell people, base it off how you feel. If once every 12 hours feels more effective than the once every 24 hours, stay on that. But if it's not being effective and you feel like it's not working as well, then we would move you back to once every 24 hours. Same thing when it comes to the duration of each frequency. You can actually set the duration of each frequency to whatever you want. Rather, it's 3 minutes. We never recommend lower than 3 minutes. And I would probably never recommend higher than 10 minutes. But same thing. It's like if we bump you up to 7 minutes or 4 minutes per frequency, and you feel like it's been less effective than it was at 3 minutes, then we pull you back down to 3 minutes. And that is through a ton of research, a ton of study, tons of trial and error. And we have found that that has just been the most efficient way and most healthy way to use a Rife machine. And all of this is what makes Electromedics different. It is what makes our machines more effective, our schedules more powerful, and our entire plans more efficient. So if you guys want to learn more about that, feel free to hit me up in the comments.